Yo. What's goody? It's your boy, CJ, and you're back listening to I'm With All That podcast produced by Kendra Crump Studios, where we have funny, intuitive, enlightening, and clever conversations on topics ranging from sex, relationships, love, and everything in between, with a focus on how we as men here can treat, respect, and embrace our women better. These are conversations that we should not be afraid to have. It just gives us a platform to have them and just articulate just that. So we're here to have fun, laugh, joke, and most importantly, learn something. Do me a favor, if you are listening to this episode on Apple Podcasts, can you please leave a rating? 5 stars, nothing less, nothing more. And if you're reviewing, and if you're listening to it on Spotify, please leave a follow. And last but not least, if you're watching this on YouTube, like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell on the side. I'm gonna give you like 5 seconds just to go ahead and just get that done like out the way right now. Cool. I appreciate you. Now, if you are watching on YouTube, you already see that I have an amazing guest here. Now, before I introduce my lovely guest, I want to let you know that this was a goal knocked off of the podcast. A goal that I had for this podcast one day was to interview somebody that I have never met before, ladies and gentlemen, and it is done today, episode 7. You feel me? When we get into it, you're gonna love her. I think she's funny, intelligent, and insanely talented. Give it I want you to welcome Kendra Crump, an upcoming comedian from Atlanta. Talk to him.
Hey, what it is. I like that little introduction you got on me. You know, that sauce, that barbecue, that honey mustard that you just placed. You know, I like honey mustard the most out of all those. Besides ranch and blue cheese. Honey mustard, like I'm addicted to honey mustard. It's
really.
It's satisfying. Like I can put it on pretty much anything. You know,
it's really a honey mustard. If it's not that, then I go original sweet and sour sauce and Mickey D's.
Okay.
Sauce, or I'm going just a strict like ketchup, like 75% ketchup, 25% hot sauce.
Really, I've never had that before.
Oh, you gotta try it. So
do you have a specific type of hot sauce you like, or it doesn't matter what type of hot sauce you like?
Yeah, I'm more of a Texas Pete.
Okay,
Texas Pete, red hot, works for me. You know what I mean? I'm not a big Tabasco. Tabasco's like more of that peppery. It's got like it's a weird taste for me. I just go, and I really didn't like hot sauce for all that long. It kind of grew on me. I had to grow.
Okay, got it.
If you got real quick, can you as you introduce yourself, give them your age. You know what I mean? Where you went to school, things you studied. Speak on your Instagram page. Speak on how you got into things like comedy and things like that. Just give them a little talk to them.
I like how you starting this off early, because normally people like to wait to the end when people's brains have checked out already. I'm like, guys, you don't want to start it off early. Like, let people know.
We definitely we're gonna plug you in. We got a spot at the end where we definitely plug all your social media things that you do and things like that. But you feel me? But a new guest. And you're new to me. You're new to the show. I want the audience to get a little light of you before we get into it.
All right, you want me to tell you my real age, or when I get men on the internet so they can leave me alone?
Listen, hey, whatever you're comfortable with sharing is what. However old you think you are, how old you are, live it up.
Okay, all right. So Kendra Crump, born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia. Been here since I was 0. Okay.
0.
Yeah, since I was 0, I really took my first steps in California. I was told I was crip walking down the hallway. Anyway, back to the story. So the school I currently go to is Clark Atlanta University. It is a HBCU. When I went there, I kept thinking I was going to end up finding love like in Drumline, Stomp the Yard, maybe higher learning without the racism. But I found another cis. Okay, these men look better than us women, and I'm like, I'm not competing with that. Okay, the
men look better than the women.
A lot of these men look better than the women, and it's like their eyebrows are much more done. They got like the hips. It's ridiculous.
It's the eyebrows and I mean, every once in a while. I mean, I say maybe like every 5 or so haircuts, I might tap the eyebrow, because they might get a little bushy. You know what I mean? Just a little love tap, but like sometimes they got to be done. You don't want to. Are you like a real hairy kind of guy?
I mean, no. It's a level of hairiness that I like with a guy.
It's a
Okay,
level of hairiness
if you
or
have
ruggedness.
chest hair, I feel like I might be laying on an Easter egg basket. Okay, I don't want that. Can we like if you're combing your chest hair, you're giving it your chest hair looks like my 1970s Afro pubic hair, honey.
Ooh.
Like it's just yeah.
Ooh.
I don't shave. So y'all can good luck eating this hair down here. All right, I don't really.
Lord, hey, listen. They gonna get whatever come out them jeans.
Of course. Do you like women who shave, or what's your preference?
My preference, I really if I had a preference, I would say maybe if it's neat, you know what I mean. I guess I'd rather have no hair, you know what I mean. But if I've never let the amount of hair stop me, so you know what I mean. So whatever you bring out is whatever you bring out. But if I feel like if there's not a barrier or if there's not an obstacle within my navigation down there, things can be a lot more
Have you ever got
eventful.
hair stuck in your teeth before?
Yes. I definitely hit
Did you
a little.
Continue? Did you continue or did you stop?
Oh, stop! What do you mean stop?
I mean,
No, there's no stopping.
some men just keep.
I mean, you
stopping.
look, you get a little and then you just keep it going. You feel me? Like spread a little bit, and you'll figure it out. You'll figure it out.
I hope I won't have to figure out any woman I ever come across. It's only been one woman I've ever done that with, and she was fine. You know, in my free spirit days. In my free spirit days.
In your free spirit, so you've experimented with women. Is this something?
I've only had sex with women. I've never had sex with a man.
Really? Oh, we're gonna get into. Listen, hey, we're gonna get into a lot of these things,
and I'll tell y'all why once we do get into it.
Oh,
it's a really good reason why too.
I love it.
I might actually change somebody's mind in life and say, you know what, I'm gonna be just like Kendra. I still am very free spirited, you know.
We love a free spirit. Dude, live your life.
If I was in the room with you, like, and you know, any of your homeboys or whatever, I'm not trying to do no choo-choo, but if like I'm the only girl, and I'm like, hey, you know, y'all want to see my boobs flash real quick, and I'll put it down, but don't you touch me. That's how I am. But stay over there with a Woody. You better stay over there with your Woody.
Because and that's how you want to live your life. Hey, listen, live your life.
That's not how I want to live my life. I got to grow up from that at some point, right? But
what does that mean?
But I'm more comfortable with women. Like women, we can do that with each other. With men, I guess maybe we feel like you all are going to go too far with it. That's why.
Man, there are some. I can't even talk to you about some niggas out there. Some people are real. Some people don't know aggressive. How to control themselves.
Chill.
Aggressive. No chill. No coof. No.
Some men make you want to go lesbian because of how. And again, women are people in general. I don't want to just make it seem like men are you know bad, because you have women who are very, very like aggressive, and it gets you uncomfortable. Like
there are people. There are people out. There are aggressive people out there.
You have like a specific time in your life that you can think of thus far, where you had a woman who was very, very aggressive that made you say, "Yo, like somebody need to call like you know the 911 on this lady. Like something's wrong with her."
Aggressive, like I like that aggressive shit. I'm not gonna cap to you. So
coming close to being a stalker, aggressive.
Oh, that aggressive. Oh yeah, nah. I ghost people. You get ghosted really quickly. So like if there's a point in time that I feel like I've communicated like, oh hey, things are a little busy and we're not on any of that type of time either, because I'll communicate that to you. You'll just know that like hey, just by the way our communication is going. If there's a little bit extra too much and I feel like you've crossed over into a boundary or an area that I'm not comfortable with, yeah, you'll get ghosted.
Gotcha.
And that's maybe not be the best thing, but hey, people deal with things the way they do. So if you push too much, yeah, you look up a month later, you ain't heard from me. But hey, I want to get into some of these icebreakers for you because I'm very curious.
Okay, let's go ahead. Let's go. So, listen. You know, just in case if anybody out there gets too excited, I hope you have a condom next to you so you can, you know, honey, I'm telling you, man. Let me tell y'all how raw I am. I'm about as raw as you having sex with a prostitute without a condom, you just got syphilis. Okay. Shout out to anybody out there. I want to give a public service announcement to the STD people out there. Anybody out there with an STD and still hasn't gone to get checked, shout out to you. Shout out to any man or woman who both have STDs together and y'all just going half on the medicine that they giving y'all because y'all too cheap to go, get your own. Shout out to y'all as well. Yeah. Shout out to the women who are on like day 3 of 7 of their monostat and they haven't told their man they're sitting there, doing the wild things like, damn, man, you really wet, ain't you? Okay, I'm done shouting. I'm done with the shout outs.
Listen, Lord, I'm so glad for you to be on the podcast because I feel like I'm about to have a heart attack. Oh, Lord Jesus.
Oh, man.
Icebreaker number one. Have you? The game we're gonna play is Have You Ever? Okay. So I got a couple questions. Have you ever went on a date just for the meal alone? Like you knew, like I'm just about to go get a meal. I'm really not even that attracted to him, and nothing's gonna go. Probably not gonna text him after. Have you ever just gotten a meal out of it?
I don't call them date. I call them free food because there hasn't been yet one man that I've come across who actually has sparked my interest enough to want to go on no date with him. A lot of these guys that be trying to holler at me look like Uncle Ruckus. Okay, you're old, you're unattractive, and overweight. It's a lot of unattractive dudes at that. Man, y'all just be a lot too many unattractive.
So you have a preference? I'm assuming.
Yeah,
so
we all should have. We should all have preferences.
Okay.
I like a man who's attractive. Now, mind you, I'm not the best looking woman in the world, and I'm not the worst looking woman in the world. I've had some women out. I'm probably sure there are women out there or men who think that I look like a squirrel with a trash bag wrapped around my head. Okay,
not the squirrel.
But I've had children say she's really pretty, and kids don't lie, man. I've had guys just sit there and drool at me. I've had women stop me and say, "You're very pretty," and they keep it moving. So hey, I'm doing good.
And so you've mentioned it a couple of times. So you are into men and
no,
women,
just men. Women were just fun to deal with, and they probably still are fun. I just like getting head. That's it. So whoever wants to lick this.
Okay.
I want to marry a man. Women are annoying as hell. But my DMs are open to women who just like are pretty, not the ones who look like pretty studs as well. Not the ones who look like POP, Hold It Down, Boosie, Trick Daddy, Manny Fresh. The ones who look like that are the ones who holler at me. I'm like, sir, go away.
Hey, listen, everybody needs love now. Everybody needs love.
But you do know that a lot of women are like there's a percentage of them gay. Like there's a percentage, like women have like they might be 30% gay. 50% gay. Like every woman has some type of.
It's a spectrum.
Yeah, every woman has some type of deal. Like they have some type of thoughts when it comes with women. Every woman, man. Every woman. I'm trying to figure out when did it become acceptable for women just to get bucket naked in front of each other, and these are their girlfriends. They be talking, all of a sudden boob just flop out. I'm like, man, is this what we doing? You're not gonna warn a Negro? What is this? Like one time, quick story. I had a girl, this girlfriend of mine. We cool. We not as close. We used to be bosom buddies, right? My bosom's a lot bigger than hers. But anyway, she's got speed bump tits. I got the full yacht boat. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I got that under boob sweat. That's what I got. This is a 38D, as in David. And I'm talking about. But anyway. So with all that being said, she used to sit here and get bucket naked in front of me. So then, I'm like, okay, so maybe I could get bucket naked in front of her. We were just some naked women in front of each other, right? So I was like, maybe, she wants some of this lip on her face, okay?
Okay.
So anyway, she said she didn't want to because she's like, oh, Kendra, you're a virgin. I feel like it's going to hurt if we do anything. Bitch, are you serious? Like it's giving head. How's it hurt? You know what not to do. Everybody should know what to do when it comes to giving head. You don't put your teeth. You don't do that. Like, have you ever had really bad head where you almost punched the girl in the face? Where you're like you started reading a book and you finished the book,
I definitely never punched a girl in the face, but I definitely hit the like a forceful, like you can feel the pressure of my hand pushing away, okay, we can move on to the next thing now.
Yeah. So like I said, and then here's the thing, she was out there. She was a good times girl, okay? So I thought the good times girl was gonna have a good time with me, but no, she's like, no, Kendra, you being a virgin, like I can't really do that. And I'm like, you know what? Whatever.
You know what? Whatever.
How dare you? How freaking dare you?
Oh my God, I'm crying. I thank you for that one. The first question was, have you went on a date with a man just for them to go along? And the answer was no, because those aren't even considered dates. She calls them free food.
I mean, yeah, nothing
you love to see it.
people. I want to go on a date with you. I'm like, that's what you want to call it, okay?
If that's what you want to call, so you don't date?
I'll date, but the pool of men that come on to me, a lot of them
Uncle
are sorry.
Ruckuses, the Uncle Ruckuses.
No, a lot of them are sorry, man. I had one dude, for example.
So I got a question. So this is actually goes right into my next one. Have you ever turned a man down for either his job, education, or his money? So for whatever reason, just didn't meet any one of those criteria. Do you have a criteria when it comes to your men?
Here's the thing. It don't matter what type of job that they have, as long as they ain't asking me for money. Shout out to all the men out there who thinks it's okay to ask for money, and women too, people in general. Negro, I don't know you. What you asking me for a ride for? Well, listen, Jordans cannot be your car, sir. Can you please find a real car besides Jordans? I'm 175 pounds. I got a big old wagon back here, okay? So you're not gonna make it past mile 1. You're gonna be like, damn, babe, my back broke. We're gonna be like hitchhikers on the side of the road trying to find a ride. I don't have time for that. You better have your own car. Here's my thing. If I had my own car, my own place, my own money, how come and here's my thing. I look at it like this. I don't even care if you don't have 2/3 of that. But you better not ask me for no money unless we are in some type of long-term friendship. Like, this is my real deal homeboy, or we are close to being like we in a relationship. But if we just getting to know each other, what you doing asking for a person for money? Oh, I like you. What's your name? Oh, but can I get $1 though? Yeah, can you do me a favor? Just, give me some money, and I'll reimburse you with plus interest on Friday. I don't even know where you live, so if I want to pull up to your house, I don't know which address to go to.
One time, I remember some girl slid in my DMs, and every time if a girl looks like there's a certain level of, I don't know, you just know, you can tell when a page looks fake. Sometimes you like, yeah, I'm not. Oh, you following? Yeah, I'm not even going. I'm not even gonna fall for none of that. You feel me? Ain't with none of that shit. Fuck around, and shorty messaging me. She said something like, yada yada yada, whatever. But she said, yeah. Somehow I got into the conversation. Yeah, I don't have enough money for food for the week. And I said, oh damn. And I'm sitting here like, I just met you today. You in my DMs today, and you're already okay. I'm like, all right, let's see how hungry you really are. I said, all right, cool. I got canned goods in the closet. Like, I got some greens, some beans, potato. You feel me? I got it all in the closet. I can bring that over. Like, I don't have much type thing. She was like, oh no, that's okay. I'll figure something out. Oh, okay. All right. She's like, oh, you don't have like no money to, like, nah, I ain't even got that on. No, sorry, Bob, you're not gonna get that from me.
She's like one of those fake homeless people, man.
Yo, it's not like, because some people are putting cash up, like, yo, cash up in the bottle. There are some people that are in desperate need. You know what I mean? And for those people that are desperate need and you're helping out or supporting, go right on ahead. But the random, hey, so you trying to bust my head? I don't know. You bold. So bold is the word that I'm looking for, because they're out there. So like she said, shout out to the people asking for money. I hope that if you get, you that don't money, get none. I hope that if you do get it, you use it wisely. And,
they're not.
And pay it to support yourself.
They're not
in the right ways. You don't know that. You don't know that. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt.
Okay, that's one of us. One of us to do that.
Moving on. So. On with all that. Hey everybody, just want to take a quick break in the show to shout out this week's Black Business of the Week, and that business is none other than A Taste of Elegance LLC. A Taste of Elegance LLC was created February of 2019 by two self-taught bakers, Malaya and Brittany of Raleigh, North Carolina. The history is quite simple. Two teenage friends joked about various business ventures during high school, thinking nothing of it. One of those business ventures was a bakery. Upon finishing high school, then college, they thought, why not step out on faith and actually start that business? We know the hassles of having to contact multiple people to get an event fully accomplished, so we pride ourselves on becoming the ultimate one-stop shop. From the decor to the treats, cake, down to the invitations. Their goal is to be the place where you're able to plan your entire event. They currently have a Valentine's Day Love Box sale available. Be sure to show that special someone how much you care this Valentine's Day. To order your custom Love Box, go to atasteofelegancellc.com. If you or anyone you know has a Black-owned business or a creative project and is interested in being featured on the show, you can shoot me a DM on Instagram at I'mWithAllThatPod or email me at I'mWithAllThatPodcast@gmail.com. Thank you, and let's get back to the show. You said that you mentioned it earlier, and if they already listened to the episode, they already see the topic of the thing, so it's already kind of let out of the bag. But so one of my questions is, last icebreaker, have you ever gotten head and didn't let the guy fuck?
All the time. I get that head, I get that bread, and I leave. That's who I am. You ain't gonna do nothing. I already let you know what time it is. I'm gonna start doing a contract for anybody.
So you communicate. So you this is communicating.
Yeah, but the problem that this is what I realized, and this is why I need to stop doing that. People, these guys. Someone told me a long time ago. They said, Kendra, you need to stop. Don't put yourself in those positions because ain't no real man gonna want to just do that to you, and then let you go on and go about your day. You have a few men who don't mind that, but majority of men ain't gonna want to at some point. And if you already bucket naked, what makes you think that like they not gonna want to go further than? They're gonna try some way.
But at any time, men and women, I want you to know that consent is sexy. So and consent can change it. The drop of a dime, you can be in the middle of actual sexual intercourse and choose to want to finish and terminate that relationship right then and there. You know what I mean? So that's something that so no matter what. But if this is something
they don't care. That's why I don't try to put myself in those type of positions. It's like that's why I'm on this journey of like purity, or I'm not re-purity. Okay.
Re-purity.
Re-purity.
So like I said for the topic of the episode, you are technically a virgin.
Yeah, I mean, if you count me having sex with women, I never used a strap on. I've always wanted to like
you've never been
scissor.
okay. So
I always wanted to scissor.
So we're kind of getting somewhere here. So you've never been penetrated, I guess.
No, my throat has.
Oh, we love to see it. We love to see it.
You ever had a girl just take it all the way and she had your balls in your mouth? Did she lick your gooch as well at the same time? She ever done that?
Ooh.
She's not a Kendra?
Not the gooch at the same time.
She's not a Kendra?
I have had a girl put the balls in the mouth at the same time. That was crazy. But the
did you almost like marry her? Did you think about marrying her?
See, I'll be honest with you. The deep throat, like forcing gagging type of thing, doesn't get me off as much as like a visual representation, like a real sloppy sensation type of thing, like near the tip type of thing. So the taking it all back is impressive. Is impressive. Does it do it for me? It's more of a hey, if you like it type of thing. It does boost the ego just a little bit type of thing. It's like because it's like that. Damn, like you really choosing dick over air right now. That's very commendable. You know what I mean? I gotta give props to you. So, with that being said, I want to talk about how do you? So I want to get into a little bit more of the reasons of, I guess, not penetrating, and then we're gonna get into kind of the conversation of what is virginity and how do you balance those definitions and things like that between men and between women, and we'll get into it. It's a type of thing. So talk to me in the reason of why you have not been penetrated, to be specific, vaginally. Orally, you have been penetrated rather deeply, as she said before. But talk to me. Give a little bit.
Are you okay there? Because you're getting a little excited. Oh yeah. Your voice getting a little bit dark. Like, oh my gosh. Like I felt like I see some drool seeping out your mouth. All right. So to answer your question, y'all see, Kendra tends to have that effect on people. But no, what happened was mainly, of course, when I was younger, I wanted to be like everybody else. I used to get upset because, the whole, the hoes would always win and all that other type of stuff. But then you realize like they were the ones who got quote unquote wifed up. They're the ones who were in relationships with matching tattoos. I want to have a matching goals with somebody. My braces are off now. Okay. So I want to go to Johnny Dang in Houston to go get some matching grills. Back to what I was saying. So of course I wanted to, but the problem was either this is like, of course, in high school, there were always people at my house. My parents' parent, mom was a single parent, so lived with her. My dad was a weekend parent. And so there were always people at my house, at the house. Of course, and my mom wouldn't allow me to go out. And so leaving high school, still living with my mom. It seemed like every single time it was going to happen, God would always block it, so that's pretty much by God being a sovereign Lord, he blocked that. And then as time progressed, I'm still trying, but God's like, nope, block. So it got to a point for me now where I came to a realization not too long ago that we have the rest of our life to go after our vices. Your vice can be whatever it might be, but you got one chance to be successful. And it gets to a point where it gets annoying having to keep sneaking around, having to, it's like there's some things I just cherish that I want. And I know I'm about to sound like a romantic, hopeless romantic.
Hey, speak your truth.
But I want to be held afterwards, even if it's just head. One time I got head so good I flipped out the bed, right? And after I did a backflip out the bed, he came and he wiped me, and I fell in love, and his food was good. And I jumped back in the bed with the googly eyes, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is my husband. Then he said, I think it's time for you to go now.
Hey.
So, with all that being said, but then again, that type of stuff,
I've been told the same thing.
But it's like, and I'm about to break it down with you because I've only broken this down one other time, and it was on my own podcast where I was talking by myself, but never with nobody else. So how you say you accomplished a goal and you broke a virginity, I'm breaking a virginity with you. Okay, this is about to feel good. This is about I just feel that penetration. Anyway, so but I think what it is for me, there have been certain firsts that I've had with different types of guys, but I've never had the complete first of everything. And what I mean by that is I've had great head from guys who never laid down with me afterwards. I might have, let's say, for example, I remember one guy, a hood dude. I have this thing for hood dudes. I don't know. They're kind of my kryptonite. Kind of my kryptonite. I'm not saying I wouldn't, deal with a nice guy. I don't mind that. Whatever God gives me. But hood dudes, I don't know. It's just something about them being dangerous and ready to pimp slap somebody in your face, all in the honor of love. I don't know. But anyway, so so with this particular hood cat, really, really great at head. Really, great at all other types of foreplay. He didn't lick butts, but he'll stick a butt, but he won't lick it. And I'm like, bro, it's kind of the what do you feel about that?
Oh, I do it
Looking
all.
butt.
Oh, I do it all.
High
I
five,
do
high
it.
five, high five. Does it matter? Okay, have you ever did that? Have you ever done that
The
to a
name of the
woman?
podcast is I'm with all that. So
I know. I figured. Have you ever done that to a woman that you were just getting to know? Because I seemingly keep getting these guys who don't want to, they don't mind like doing that,
oh,
but they
have I eaten? Have I
just
traveled
random
on?
butts that
Have I,
you met,
random?
not random like you guys met within the same week and then like it went down.
Oh no, yeah, no, yeah. I'm very open. The thing about me is that I'm a big like, hey, I guess I plan. I'm not gonna say that. Most of the time I plan my sex. You know what I mean? It's like hey, I'm free this time, or you're free at this time, or all right, let's meet. So cool. So like, I'm a very big like fresh out the shower. Like, it's like I have to shower before, even if I showered an hour before. But I know like right before, let's take a shower type of thing. You know what I mean? And not to say that most of those times, a lot of women will tell me, hey, all right, I'm getting dressed right now. I'm taking a shower. You know what I mean? So like, if I know that has been done and things like that, yeah, it's pretty much all holes are open for.
Got you. Got you. Okay, well, you know what? High five. I'll set up an appointment for somebody else. Anyway.
Listen,
Y'all.
I'm in the streets. I'm in the streets. I
Okay.
am I am I'm gladly in the streets right now, comfortably,
Okay.
calm, cool, and collected.
Is
So
that so? Wait, when you say industries, that means you're just fooling with multiple people, or is it like how what does that mean?
in the streets means that I am not really looking for anything serious,
Of course,
and
you just out
avenues
there
are
having
open.
fun, right?
Avenues are open. Right now my line is pretty dry. So right now, so you can say like, I'm in the streets does not mean that I'm for multiple women at multiple
Gosh,
times.
I just want because people's definition is different. Seems like every year. Okay, back to the story. But let's say, like I said, I had one guy, really great head, really foreplay was amazing with everything. He'll leave a hickey, he'll actually stay for a week. Like loved it, okay?
Okay,
Uh
fan of the hickeys.
but yes, I am. You don't know me very well. So
Mm.
with that being said, but he didn't have a car and he had a
Ah,
job. He never
okay.
asked me for a ride, but it made it
Oh,
difficult because his mother's like, hey, she has a car. I don't want you to use my car. Get her car. It's like, Mom, come on now. That's not cool. That's very unhood of me type thing. All right.
hey,
Different, like I said,
hey.
different guys. Like I said, I want to be able to run through the house naked. I couldn't do that because he lived with his mother.
Okay.
Another guy, he, really, like I said, the one that I flipped off the bed had his own place, had his own car, but I never got that chance to, run through the house naked or anything else like that.
Okay.
He never licked my butt. We never took that shower together. We never took a
Okay.
bath together. And people like, Kendra, bath is more romantic. I'm like, bro, we ain't sitting here like laid up on each other. You on one side, I'm on the next. We could play talk on top of the
So
bubbles.
it's like so you wanted.
I want the
So,
marital type stuff with one person who could probably either be my real cool homeboy, because like I said, I can get into a whole list of different things, and basically just to sum it all up, and I actually wrote a list, the marital type stuff where you can take baths, you can take showers, the person can make food, you guys can cook with each other, you guys can run through the house naked, you can lay up with each other, you can smoke blunts or cocaine, whatever your drug of choice is, okay? You can you can
hey,
do all that type of stuff with one, and they have it together with that one person. But guess what? Like that type, I've had that. But here's the thing: I've taken a shower with someone, but it didn't feel like no
so
type of shower.
are you saving? Are you saving that penetrative virginity loss for your person that you're married with for that, I guess,
Yeah,
you know what
what's
I
up with the
mean?
quotation marks?
Because we're gonna get, because I want to get into the article talks about this a little bit. I wanted to talk. I have some definitions and things like that while we're on it, because they say the definition of virginity that I have here is the state of never having sexual intercourse, right? And so, if we want to be technical,
Technically, of course, I'm not. Technically, I'm a half a virgin.
So I was gonna say technically, so it, people would say like a little bit. The article is like the patriarchy, the patriarch that seems to put this dominance on words and things like that. You're a virgin if you haven't been penetrated. But here it says that never having sexual intercourse and oral sex
But what
is
is? I was
considered
gonna say
intercourse.
that is considered, because you can still.
You
I
just
look at
having
it
sexual
like
intercourse
this.
with a
I look at
woman.
it like this. But to answer your question, to answer your question, at this point I am, because I look at it like this. I have not found one guy. There has not been one. I'm telling you, man, a lot of these men are sorry. A lot of them, we start off cool, but then they start smoking cigarettes. Cigarettes, that's a turn off to me. That is such of a turn off to me. Or Black and Milds. That's the same as a cigarette, except it's 10 cigarettes in one. Okay? I like the smell of Black and Milds from afar, but up close it smells like erosion and death. Okay? So with all that being said,
I was fucking with this. I was fucking with this girl once that I was like, yo, when I'm here, you cannot smoke that. Like, and it got to the point like she didn't hit me up for a while. I was like, all right, cool. Didn't see her for a while. Then saw her another time and was like, try this one. I said, yeah, you don't. I don't like that. They don't do that around me. Got to the point, and she asked me one time, yo, can you, like, on your way here, can you buy me a black? I said, no.
What?
I won't do that. I won't be a part of. You know how fucking bad them bitches are for you.
There's something this is how I look at it. When it comes with adults, adults don't like being told what to do.
Okay, that's fine. You're right. I can't tell you what to do. You're in your own home. You're a grown ass woman. Do your thing. I don't have to be around for that. And I'm definitely not going to supplement you with those things. Mm-hmm. If that makes sense.
It does. It does. But yeah, like I said, I think the thing for me is, and it's not even, and I honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. There's no such thing as the right guy. There's no such thing, because, you know, deep down, even a little poodle has that dog in him that still wants to beat up on that, you know, to get those skins and stuff like that. But what I'm trying to say is, and we're all imperfect people at the end of the day. We're all imperfect people. So that's something I realize as well. But at the same time, the definition, if you really want to be, I guess what the English language dictionary says, virginity is, to me, it's like abstaining from everything. Because if I look at it like this, you can still get an STD. You can get an STD. People, you know what's so crazy? There are women out there who think if they do anal sex, they're still a virgin. Ma'am, you're not. You're not.
This is what I'm trying to figure out. Is the virginity, the loss of the pin. We're gonna get into it. I definitely want to get into it. You did mention something that I also want to talk about, and you were talking about abstinence, and so there are some other words that are synonyms of virginity, so like celibacy and abstinence, right? And so I looked at it and said, what is the difference, celibacy versus abstinence? Abstinence usually refers to the decision not to have penetrative sex. Is typically limited to a specific period of time, such as until marriage. Celibacy is a vow to remain abstinent over an extended period of time. For some, this may mean their entire life. And so it seems that celibacy seems to have more of a promise, you know what I mean? More of a declaration almost, some side, like almost like a religious kind of undertone to it, while abstinent is just kind of just a definition of refraining from something, like, you know what I mean, just withholding something. And typically what they say is penetrative sex, but I feel like everyone's definition
I always want to get a purity ring. Do you think I should get a purity ring, or do you think it's too late?
It's what your depiction of pure is, you know what I mean? So it's
too late.
If pure is not having penetrative sex, then you're on the right track. But on other roads, you're a demon.
You know what? And here's the thing, though. It's only been one guy out of the 10 guys.
Okay.
It's only been.
Now, not saying okay. Like, I get the number was like an okay number. Just okay.
I mean, I don't care. A lot of people, it's whatever. There's some people out there who had 75 different guys, penises in their mouths. Hey, whatever floats your boat, right? But out of 10 guys, it's only been one dude who I can say I really liked enough to have wanted to do that to.
To wanted to do it. Okay. I was gonna ask, have you ever came close? Like, what was like? If you could explain, what was explain the moment that you ever came closest. You know what I mean? Like you were like, yeah, I'm about to lose this motherfucker.
February last year.
The date.
February 13th at 10 p.m. at night. And this guy, eventually he blocked me because he realized I wasn't going to do nothing with him.
You're flowing right into the outline. Continue.
I'm like, you salty, ain't you? Anyway, I remember like he had said to me, he was looking not even at me, he was looking at my vagina. I didn't realize at the time.
Okay.
He's like, if I give you head, I'm gonna want some back. And I was like, I don't want none. Okay. And I really didn't, because I was not there for that. I'm like, bro, you didn't offer me no water, no food. I'm hungry.
You know why I'm here.
So yeah, but I remember and maybe because I was ovulating too.
Okay.
So I think maybe, I don't know what my ovulation date is, but I felt like that's probably why I was just so engorged and just so like feeling it ready. Day. But he was giving me head. In my mind, I'm thinking like, wow, this feels so great. I wonder if I should do this. And the other part of me was like, Kendra, what's wrong with you? You are in his mama's house. He didn't introduce you to nobody, not even his dog.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't had sex in a lot of mama houses now.
I know, but guess what? This was like after you not being a virgin. It wasn't like your first time.
Okay. So
now here's one. It depends. Like if you're like 14, 15, because I was listening to one of your podcasts, you said you 10 years strong in the game. So you lost your virginity. How did you do your 10-year anniversary? Happy 10-year anniversary. It's going on 11 now.
It's going on 11 now. I thought about something like that, and it was just a funny little thought. Like, it has been.
Why don't you call the girl up?
I don't think so. She now has a child. A proud mother. She looks like she is a great mother. And I just don't want a child at this exact time.
You don't have to. You just say, look, can we do it for old time's sake?
Oh no. Oh no. She's actually still very attractive. I don't even know if she remembers. It was a long time ago. Even though it was my first time, I don't think it was her first time. So sometimes I'll be thinking like,
did she know you were a virgin?
Did she know I was a virgin at the time?
Mm-hmm.
I would believe so.
Y'all never talked about it.
I don't. Yeah, this is 10, 11 years ago. So like, I'll be.
I thought y'all like. So did you? Where were you at her grandma's house? Where were you all?
I actually, lost my virginity in middle school. I lived near the middle school that we were. It was like, there was a back trail that you could sneak out of the middle school and go to the mall, right? Mm-hmm. Because at this point in time, I'm in the 8th grade. This is my 14th birthday. And we decided to sneak off campus, off the middle school, and we were going to go to the mall because I don't have enough car at this point. Can't nobody come to my mother's house. So I'm going to have to get it where I fit it. You feel me? So we're going to go to the mall. Turns out the mall actually was closed because we were there too early. School starts at damn near like fucking 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. So when we're like skipping the first class, my dumbass 14-year-old self didn't really put two and two together that, oh, it's actually early. So I actually ended up losing my virginity outside of the mall.
That's very romantic.
Yeah, very early in the morning, and it was a very funny experience because I remember being all excited and all this good stuff. Like, I'm about to find about to do this, put the condom on, um, and it was uneventful. I'm not gonna lie to you. Was doing it, and I remember sitting there vividly. Said this verbatim words to myself. I said, "Is this what everybody's like hyped about? Like, is this is sex here?" I was like, "Okay." She like got on top, hit it from the back a little bit. I was like, "Cool." I ended up taking that condom off, and then she proceeded to give me head. Mm-hmm. Now, when I tell you, the first time of feeling lips on yo ding-a-ling is like fireworks. I remember telling my best friend, I said, I just had sex for the first time, but fuck that. Head is where it's all at. I said, honestly, I could not have sex again. I could just get head for the rest of my life. That is a statement that I somewhat still stay.
A lot of men are they're like that. A lot of men are like that, but congratulations. I mean, was this your girlfriend or is this somebody you just like met up with that? Okay.
Nope. A girl that I thought she was cute. She thought I looked good, and that was it. I don't think she was a virgin. I doubt it.
I don't think either. Sounds like she already knew what to do.
It did, and she was more teaching me than myself. But
well, hey, shout out to the hot mom. But no, so basically, like I said, with him, you know, I thought about it, but this is what messed everything up. He said, "Can I put the tip in?" Sir, this ain't 1995. Then he said, he's like, "I want you to have my kids." This boy is 24. We're like all the same age, man.
I've had it. Yeah, that will kill a mood. So I had a girl one time tell me we were talking in a prior time. We were speaking about like, oh, would you ever want kids? This, that, and the third, just talking, whatever. And I had told her like, hey, I do want a kid. I want my son's name to be my name. I'm the second. You feel me? And so he would be the third. And for short, we would call him Trey. So he would have my name, but his name, everybody would know him as Trey if he's the third. Mm-hmm. Fast forward, we're having sex. This might be like our second or third time. She hits me with like, I'm on top or whatever, doing my thing. She's like, I want to have your Trey. I said, I was dumbfounded. I didn't even say one. I didn't say a word. I was so shocked that I didn't say a word. I just kept stroking and just kept going. I think I went kind of harder, so like I didn't have to like speak.
So now that she's listened to this, at least she knows now. But yeah, like I said, I think she's listening to this
a while back. That was a while back. I wonder if she's even listened to this. If she did listen to that, that'd be great.
You better listen to it. But no, I think with all that being said, that was it. But other than that, for me,
have you ever had? Tell me about a time that you told the guy that you're a virgin and that you're not having sex like that. You're only giving oral and receiving oral. Can you tell me like a good example of how it goes with somebody? Like explain that to them, and then can you give me a time where it didn't go so well? Like maybe you got the outcome that you didn't want.
Well, me and the guy just we talk about that. Let him know what my status is, and he's like, okay, well, we can just do this, and I'm like, okay, so we both agree on it, and it goes fine. But here's what happens: weeks, months, days that later, I want to be in you. And I'm like, how you say you went harder on that girl. I'm like, it's nice weather we're having out here.
Oh, you thought? Oh,
Some of
she
these
thought
some of these guys.
you thought you were gonna like. He thought he was gonna smooth his way in. He was gonna wait it out.
Yeah, some of these guys, Kendra, I'm gonna be honest with you. I just knowing me, I can't do it because I know I'm gonna want to go all the way. So I get, the rejection in the way
Okay.
of I'm not gonna put them being knowing them, and I respect men like that. They know themselves because they don't want to put themselves in that type of situation.
Right. I don't even want to do that to you. I don't want to do that to us. Like, so you know what? I'm not even going because I'd be fine. So hey,
Of course.
do you think we're cool? And I wish you the best.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
but has there ever been a time has so the pressuring normally comes as a after some time, like, hey,
Yeah,
I'm
that's when it
trying to, you know
does.
what I mean?
After,
So
because I guess they feel like, because in my mind, like, I can do that and be cool and be good. Not really, because it's been a few times over the last several months where I'm like, man, I think it's time for me to be a big girl and put these drawers on, right? Put these big girl
okay,
panties on, right?
all right.
And then I think to myself, like, Kendra, go whack off. You just horny. That's all that
Go.
means.
So do you like a clitoral person? Do you have a dildo or anything of that sort? Do you get
No, I
penetrated at
don't.
all?
This is what I have. This is what I have right here.
And
This
you're
is
just
it.
going at it.
This is it.
We love.
That's listen. This is free. That type of stuff costs money.
Hey, they say if you whatever if you pay money, it makes it better. Like porn that
Who
you pay.
said that?
What's that?
Who said that?
Huh? Oh, you're funny. I'm recording right now. Thank you. I'll record that out. What was I saying? They were saying that they say that porn that you pay for is better than free porn, and
I don't.
I'm
You know what? Who is they? Who is they? They are the people who probably want you to pay for their stuff. Okay. Oh,
I'm
you.
there. I'm there. I'm there. I'm there. I am there. I agree.
Why are you paying for it when it's free? You got money like that? Let me hold a penny.
I don't. Oh no, I don't always pay. But if I told you that, I don't always pay. Now, I definitely support sex workers out here. So if that's your lifestyle and that's how you're choosing to work this free enterprise out here, go all right ahead. You feel me? But I just didn't. Have you ever? I don't know. I watch a lot of porn, so there's a point in time where I feel like I've seen almost everything. Like I go to porn and can't find a new video. I feel like, damn, I've seen this video 5-6 times.
Have you seen my video out there?
I didn't know you had a video. Do you have a video?
I don't. I
Oh,
don't. I
okay.
lied.
Okay.
I recorded one though. It was on my phone.
And how was that for you? Do you keep that? Is that like a
Oh, it was in my old phone. I
highlight
got
tape?
deleted.
Oh, damn.
No, it like yeah. I this is when I like was trying to be all so sanctified and holy, and I deleted it, and then I wasn't sanctified and holy no more. And I was like, I want that video back, and I can't do with that same person again. So.
In crying, so it's lost forever. I'm very crying. Thank you. Real quick, I do want to get so as we transition. Thank you for that. I needed a good perspective on that lifestyle, and thank you for sharing that with my audience. For the article of the week here, the title of the article that we have here, and like as you know, for people that don't know, if this is your first time listening, every episode we have a segment where we read an article that relates to the theme or the topic of the episode. And it's typically more for the men out here to learn how to embrace, treat, and respect and love our women better and get a perspective that maybe men would not see. So the name of this, and it's a rather long article, and I'm trying to pull out the paragraphs that I think are the most interesting and I think should be heard the most. So bear with me. Uh, so the title of our article is Embracing Black Virginity and Our Collective Fight for Sexual Liberation. Cool beans. I'm going to skip the little first part, but basically it was explaining about how this one lady was having a conversation with her roommate, and I'll get into it. And she says, to be black, as she understood it, was to be shaped in the image of a Jezebel, a lascivious woman. We're gonna go with that one. Hey, if y'all want to roast me, Lascivious. Give it your best shot. Virginity, therefore, was not simply a state of being. Rather to be a black virgin was in some sense a political statement. But what kind? Virginity is a cis-centric social construct which rests on the poor understanding of the hymen in concert with the patriarchal view that women's bodies are the domain of men. White women embrace sexual liberation with this in mind. Rightfully, they resist the notion that a woman's value is found in her sexual activity. Sexual liberation is then as often associated with sex and sexual expression free of condemnation, to own one's body and assert oneself as a sexual subject. This is not exclusive to white women. She goes on to explain that her favorite representation is this Netflix, Nola Darling of the Spike Lee joint. It was a movie back in 1986, and then they adapted it into the TV show. We spoke about it on a couple episodes. She goes on to say that can virginity be liberation? So the strong answer that she's received for the negative was that to focus on virginity as a form of sexual liberation was to detract from the goal of the movement. After all, there wouldn't have been a need for a movement towards sexual liberation if virginity was not prized and associated with women's worth. But what this view lacks in historical understanding of virginity, it sees guilt-free sex, or as some might say, having sex like a man, as a goal to be obtained, whereas virginity is treated as a default. But this has not been the case for Black women who have been excluded from the realm of the sexually pure. In fact, as Hannah Rosen and other historians have argued, virginity was historically understood as the domain of white women alone. Rosen goes on to explain, she has a book, Antebellum South. She explains how the antebellum South courts defined rape as the defiling of a man's marriage bed. As slaves could not marry, enslaved women could not be raped. This, argues Rosen, placed Black women in the position of unchaste and thus undeserving of state protection. Hannah Rosen's Terror of the Heart, Freedom, Sexual Sedition, Sexual Violence, and the Meaning of Race in a Post-Emancipation South. Furthermore, the narrative of Black women was as naturally licentious, followed them after emancipation, leaving Black women vulnerable to sexual violence and excluded them from categories of sexual purity. Last paragraph says, so when we talk about women's value as ascribed to their sexual actions, we must also recognize that this option has not historically been given to Black women. Sexual liberation calls for dismantling. We must dismantle an ideology that claims a cis woman is dependent on how much she uses her vagina. We must dismantle the view that virginity is a biological codified category rather than a social and patriarchal constructed one. We must dismantle the cisgendered heteronormative view of intercourse, which allows society to perpetrate its misunderstanding of virginity. I know that was a lot, and I'm glad y'all
that's fine. You had to be specific.
But yeah, I feel like that was right. I couldn't leave some parts out without not getting a kind of overview of what we're trying to get at here. So a couple things that stuck out to me. Excuse me. Like I say this all the time. We support all races. We just focus on the Black ones here because this is a Black podcast. So I needed to be known. I needed it to speak about the historical context of how Black women are excluded from this thought process of being pure and things of that nature, and being a virgin in those sense. What is something that stood out to you, or how do you feel about this article? Being being a Black woman who's a virgin.
You know, and that's the thing about virginity. Like, virginity for me is more than, I don't know. If for so long, I kept thinking, oh yeah, when I would tell people like, oh yeah, I'm not a virgin. You know, that's why first I told people like, Kendra, what makes you think that? Oh, because I
So
had
you used to
oral
lie,
sex.
you used to lie about
Because
being
I
a
was
virgin.
told two different things.
Okay.
When I was no, I'm not like not yelling at
No,
you.
and I'm saying okay as in okay, like hey.
No, okay, but it's I was told two different things. Like, Kendra, you're not a virgin if you have oral sex. So that's what was drilled in my head in school. So I'm like, oh my goodness, I finally did it, right? And then people are like Kendra, no, you're still a virgin, right? And I was like, what makes you think that? They like, have you actually, has it gone in your vagina? And I was like,
look,
no.
that's what they said in the beginning.
They're like, so you're still one.
So you're still one?
They're like, you're still one. They're like, Kendra, that's, I mean, you're
still,
not, this is what they said. They're like, you're not a pure virgin, but you're still a virgin, Kendra.
I'm fucking crying. The first, it was like, virginity is a cis-centric social construct which rests on the poor understanding of the hymen in concept.
And hymen, and this is what people fail to realize about a hymen. Hymen does not equal virginity. There are women who aren't born with hymens. You can break your hymen at any point in your life. You can have your hymen until the day that you die. I don't even know if my hymen is still there. It's probably broken. Okay, it probably got broken many years ago. I probably got broken at birth. You know, maybe I did a cartwheel and hit a split or something and just ripped. We don't know what happened to. Maybe I done, you know, put my fist up in there and did broke my own hymen. I lost my virginity to myself. Who knows? But for hymen, that's the biggest misconception. People, like when T.I., you know, had that whole discussion about him taking his daughter, you know, for a gynecology check to see if her hymen was still intact. Like, that to me is very, that's very obsessive. Like, bro, who cares? If your daughter wants to have sex, it's up to her. Like, this is the problem I have with society. Men are okay to be able to do that, but women can't. And again, like I said, for all the ones that don't know, hymen, just because your hymen's broken does not mean that you're no longer a virgin. But like, okay, I look at it like this. This is my definition, what I've learned along the way of virginity. Virginity is when you decide to have your penis, doesn't matter if it went through the lips, like the opening of the lips, it's like grazing up and down. As soon as it has the tip enters into the lips, that you're starting to have some form of sex. Doesn't matter if it goes all the way and it comes out. You just had sex for 0.5 seconds. You are no longer a virgin.
Right.
So that's all I'll say about that.
So,
well, I got a question. What if I had like some of my vagina juice like drop on the penis, like
drop on
I'm hovering, like I'm hovering over,
so here
and then
is the
like
thing.
it drips out.
I'm
hovering, like I'm like 6 inches above it, and it drips out.
I think I'm on the side of you're not a virgin, based on the fact of, I think I'm going by the pure book definition. I think I'm going by the pure book definition of you're not a virgin if you haven't. You're a virgin if you have not had sexual intercourse. Now, I'm on the...
And sexual intercourse is basically oral sex, right? That includes oral sex, right?
Sexual intercourse encompasses a whole range of things. You know what I mean? You can have sex in a bunch of different ways. So having sex, if you have sex, you're not a virgin. Penetration, like,
and that's
you know
fine.
what I mean?
I lost so I guess I lost that in 2012.
Hey, but I love the conversation though, because trying to get out of the thought process that even penetration itself is a male dominant thing. You know what I mean? You can get penetrated with anything nowadays. You know what I mean? So with, you know, not just penises in a way. You know what I mean?
Mm,
so
I do.
With that being said,
and you know, and you know what, you know what, and like I said, I had possibly one person long time ago tell me the same thing that they told you. that you're telling me to like, Kendra, like, you're like really not a virgin. You're over here doing
But
everything
you are actually whatever
except
you.
like, they're like, you doing everything except penetration. Like, Kendra, like, you done been like, come on now, stop playing games. Like, yeah, you haven't had an actual man go inside of you, but like come on.
You were very well
I've had people
versed.
say, why don't you try anal sex? I'm like, no, I don't want to, because that means it's what?
You
No.
wanted your oral sex because you wanted to.
It
You were
felt
ready.
great.
You were comfortable with that. You wanted that. There's nothing wrong with it.
It
So you
felt
know what I
great.
mean. So,
But no, like, but I think I think what it is, it would be nice to be a part of the whole. And as I think about it, there are times where I wish I could have not even done that, and the reason
okay.
I say that is because the people that I've done that with over time, they just dispersed. And I watched Love and Basketball, too many times. I thought it was cute how they were he was her first with everything. And I'm like, oh my goodness, the very first person I kissed, don't know where they're at. I want to keep a hold of all these people, right? But at the very same time, it's like, for me personally, I just really, think to myself, like, Kendra, like, you could have waited, until for somebody that actually cared about you, because he's like, first time I remember throwing some neck, it was a backseat of a car on a cold fall day. It was on a Sunday in October, towards the end of October. First time I remember receiving some neck, it was a warm summer day in July.
Okay.
On a Friday at 12:30 at night.
And so you felt that way so you felt like you should do this. You should have did this with somebody you cared about, who cares about you, from
Yeah,
receiving
none
it
of
or
these
from
people, I've never been in no real relationship, CJ. This is the honest to God truth. I've never been in a real relationship. I never, and it's like, I'm the situationship queen, honey. I'm not on
Okay.
purpose,
Okay.
but this comes from the fact of the matter of, oh man, we about to get deep. We might have to do a part 2 for this. We might have
I'm
to do a
with
part 2. But no, what I was gonna say was, it comes from stems from depression from a young age. Stems from not feeling good enough, because again, like I was saying earlier, how I always felt like I was losing to the hoes, right?
Okay.
And there was the girl who I told you guys about, who we got naked in front of each other. You can just smell the sexual activity on her. You can't smell that on me. You can't. I'm telling you, be around me in person, you can smell like Kendra. She don't know what she's doing. She
I'm
look like she's
weak.
not experienced. But you can smell that on her even when she's fully clothed. She can look like a Muslim. And you can still smell it on her. I'm talking about from the entire ensemble where you only see their eyes.
Hey, listen.
Um,
There's some there. Listen.
I know
I
that. I know. I'm just saying, the fact that she can be covered up. What I'm saying is, she can
like a
be
peanut butter
covered up completely, and she will still have guys. And I did an experiment one day, right? The
Right.
experiment was, let me try to see what happens if I walk in the store with her when she's fully clothed and I'm not fully clothed. Let's see what happens. She still will get hollered at. So this comes from me thinking that, oh my goodness, the world's gonna end. Oh my goodness, um, this guy won't like me. Oh my goodness, I've had people tell me, well, Kendra, like, maybe if you did something with a guy, just something, he'll be more inclined to want to be with you. But then took me a time to realize, like, a guy, doesn't matter what you do. If God wants to be with you, this guy is going to be with you. You don't have to, sacrifice yourself, your morals, your values for this person. They going to like you. They going to like you,
Not at all.
and then it's like, when I'm telling you, comparison, it can
Because
be the
most of these niggas
devil,
ain't shit.
man.
Most of these niggas. Oh, comparison. Dead ass. I'm looking for my charger.
Comparison.
But keep talking.
And like, wait, let's take a break real quick. Let me go ahead and go to the thing. Okay. Take a break real quick. Okay.
Got you.
Yeah, but I think the thing is, like, for me, you know, comparing myself to everybody, saying, oh, well, you know, if you look like this, you dress like this, you're going to get everything you want. Society tells you to do this. You know, people make fun of you. What you doing? You 18, you ain't never done nothing. Like, it's to me, it's like, I just, if I would have had a stronger mindset, I know for a fact I could have been this unicorn in a way. And mind you, there are women out there. There are women out there who haven't done nothing, and they're older than us, and you know, and they're not nuns. Okay, they're just
Okay.
regular people and stuff like that. But I think the thing for me is, and I think, and if you think about it, like people's like, oh, well, I can just sit here and, you know, get my breasts all sucked on, nothing won't happen. Yeah, you can try that if you for however long you want, but you're gonna be tempted to do more stuff. So that's why I think more people. I look at it like this: any woman out there, any man out there, because you got some men who are virgins, they just don't want to say it because they are ashamed,
Pressure,
or
the
not
pressure they
not
put
even
on the man.
ashamed, not even ashamed, but like society says something's wrong with you if you aren't, you know, out there as a man, but.
That's definitely another episode. Society, the depiction of a man, the character of a man is predicated on how many women that he can get, and so that also turns women into sexual objects. And it's a whole cycle. It's a
Of course,
whole
that's
there.
yeah, definitely for another day. But with all that being said, it's like I commend that. You know what? As time has progressed, I've gotten more people. I've gotten a lot of people to say, you know what, Kendra, I'm very proud of you for your journey on trying to wait until marriage or whatever. But then I've had a few people, why don't you go lose it now? What's wrong with you? Like, you too old to, you know, be out there, you like, how you gonna allow a guy to give you head, but you ain't gonna allow him to penetrate you? And I'm like, bro, like, what's with you all? Why do you want me to be just like you? You know, I've had guys
Why
who
do you care so
commended
much?
me. Yeah, I've had guys who have commended me, and then some of these same guys who commended me, they wanted me to go do it with them. So like I said, I think the thing is, what happens
Niggas.
is when exactly the old fools. What it is for me is the fact that I I think had I been a strong, because you know I grew up in a church, so everything was a sin anyway. So had I actually had a very strong mind, had I, you know, then I would have been more inclined to not wanting to not being so just wanting to be like, I want to be like everybody else. You know, staying up all night trying to be like everybody else. You're young, Kendra. You're supposed to do. You need to get you know, get rid of your whole years and go through your whole years and go in and I've had this one girl, the same girl who I told you guys out, you know, the naked buddy. I remember she said to me,
Okay.
she says, Kendra, there are gonna be sometimes, there's gonna be a time in your life where you're gonna just invite people over. They're just gonna have sex with you, and then you're gonna kick them out, and you just that's all that you need. Like they're just gonna be your reliever. I'm like, bro, like who wants to live life like that? But
I mean, hey,
that's in my mind. I was thinking, I'm like, bro, like why not just have that one person you can just do that with to be that stress
okay.
reliever? Why not have multiple people? Why have multiple people? You know, but that's how I was looking at it. But again, whatever you want to do is whatever you want to do. But I feel like that's not really healthy when you have, because people fail to realize there's a thing called soul ties. Does nobody believe that exists?
Hey.
Story for
There
another
are
day.
story for another day. Story for another day. For another day. Another day.
I know
Another dollar.
I'm as we're talking more and more about this. So, yes, guys, like I said, to answer, this is how I look at it. When
So
am
yeah.
I going?
So if you had try to segue this, go into right into the end, right to our tip of the week. The tip of the week is where a guest leaves a tip, typically for men, to learn how to respect, embrace, and love our women more. If you could give a tip towards men dealing with a woman who is a virgin and is serious about that, give a tip for those who are dealing with those type of situations.
Not to pressure her. Whenever she wants to do it, that's when she's going to do it.
Okay.
Go off of vibes. Some people aren't good with reading vibes. They don't, oh, she came to my house, so she knows what's up. No. What if she homeless? She just found your house on the road while she was walking. Anyway,
Okay.
but encourage her. Go on the pier. I feel like I'm gonna use Lauren and Nipsey for a quick.
Okay.
Just was something I just thought about. They asked Nipsey, does he still smoke? And he said, I have stopped. And it's been 6 months since I've stopped. And he explained his reasons why. They said, Lauren, what do you do? He says, well, I support him. And I don't smoke either. So he's like, I'm supporting him. I'm by his side. That's the type of person that you should be. If she says I'm not masturbating, hey babe, I need you to go on this journey with me. Let's both. You're looking like, oh gosh, that look. But I mean,
I never judge. I never judge.
I know, but I read it on your face, like, oh, okay, good
live
luck.
Your life.
But I'm saying, like, if she is saying I'm on this purity journey, go with her. Like, let her know you're not alone, especially if you guys are together. I want to wait until marriage. Okay, I'm waiting until marriage with you as well. So that's my tip. And I was gonna say this as well, just to answer everybody's question. Kendra, the question is, Kendra, are you waiting until marriage for everything, or are you still gonna try dibble and dabble? I know that's a question you didn't ask, but I know somebody's probably gonna ask that. Are you waiting until marriage for everything, and are you going to, or are you gonna dibble and dabble until?
What is everything, and what is dibble and dabble? Because I feel like you've.
Everything.
What's everything?
Yes, on everything. That means no masturbation, no form of any type of sexual perversion.
Is that what you're doing?
I really want to do that, because I feel like, number one, masturbation is boring after a while because you get bored. You know that's the truth.
Now, I wouldn't say masturbate. I believe that masturbation is a form of self-care. You know what I mean?
It can be. What if you do it all the time though? Too much of anything's bad for you.
Too much of anything is bad for you. But there is such a thing as self-care. And so depending on how you look, because there's sometimes I need, like, if I want to go to sleep faster, boom.
Why not take melatonin? Why not take melatonin?
See, why do I have to take something when I can naturally release that myself?
How long does it take you to release that?
If I got the right video.
Okay, that's without watching video. Can you do it off your own imagination?
Oh, I haven't done it off my own imagination in a long time.
Okay.
My phone, my laptop, all that.
Well, all I'm saying is, just kind of, with the segue, I want to get to the point of purity with everything. Like, no, nothing until I'm married, because I have to challenge myself. Listen to me. I'm challenging myself. I want to be successful. I'm kind of broke right now. Why am I horny still? This is bull crap. So that's all I say about that.
I don't want to subscribe because it's crazy, because that's what capitalistic societies will do to you. They'll make you feel like if you don't have money, you're not worthy of living a good life or living a life that makes you happy, which I definitely do not agree with, but I understand, because that's just how our society is right now. And I definitely understand. There have definitely been times that I'm on these dating apps, and I'll open a dating app, see a girl match with me, and then I'll go look at my bank account and be like, yeah, I don't even need to be on this app. Like, close, delete. I might delete the app just because I'm like, how dare you be wanting to have sex right now when you should be trying to make money? You know what I mean?
Exactly. And again, I understand self-care keeps you from messing with the wrong person, but time is something you can't get back. Now, if you've done everything, I'm saying, if you've done every single thing all day, like you literally have been productive all day, you knocked out all your goals, okay, go ahead, I guess you want to. But for me, I'm on the journey of being successful. I'm on one podcast to the next. I'm touring the world. I'm going everywhere. Well, not the world, just a few states, wherever my paycheck can take me.
And wherever
I'm trying to go everywhere.
Wherever coronavirus is chilling.
Oh, it ain't chilling when I get there. It's gone. But yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say. No one else. We're gonna be here till 6 o'clock the next morning. So I can. That's
I
my
love it.
segue.
I
To,
love it.
that's the
I love
tip.
it. I love it. I
That's the
love it. I
tip.
love it.
That's the tip right there.
Thank you so much. We are reaching the tail end of the episode. Kendra, can you give yourself, just to conclude, plug in your Instagram, plug in where they can find you, any other, you guys said you had another podcast, another show, any creative projects, plug them in. This is your time. Where can they find you?
You can find me on somebody's street corner coming to you. That's the first thing. No, but seriously, Idolize Dynasty is my Instagram name. IDOLIZEDYNASTY. Podcast is The Kendra Crump Show, and spelled Kendra with a Y, so KYNDRA, and then CRUMP and show. The Kendra Crump Show. You can find me on Apple, Breaker, Spotify. Just Google my name, and honey, I'm popping up. I would give y'all my Facebook information, but I don't care if we got one friend in common. Decline. All right. I don't care if I don't
Decline.
know you. Like, you know how you ever knows, however, like you ever knows, like whenever an African sends you a request and you accept it, the whole village shows up. The village, y'all can stay where y'all at. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So YouTube, Kendra Crump, KYNDRA space CRUM is a Mary P's and Paul. Guys, just listen. Show me love. Don't be that person to like 100 pictures or so and you don't even follow that person. What type of crap is that? Like your credit
Support,
score should be lowered. Your credit score should be
engagement.
lowered, man.
Not the
I'm
credit
tired of that
score.
mess. But you can jump in my DM and just say, hey, I found you off. I'm with all that podcast. I'm listening to
Hey,
100,000 because I know you got 100,000 listeners out there.
listen, look, hey, and we're manifesting that. It happened. Time just hasn't caught up. Like, reality just hasn't caught up, but it happened already. Talk to him.
That's it.
Listen,
That's it.
thank you
Thank you
so
so
much
much for having me on here.
no, thank you for coming. Like I said, you are a goal of mine. You helped me achieve something that I was working for. So I thank you so much for that. Again. This is your boy CJ. You can follow me at Coda_Cody_B. You know how it goes. This is an episode of I'm With All That podcast. You can follow the podcast on Instagram, I'm With All That pod, and on Twitter at I'm With All That. Love, peace.